Hello everyone. Today I bring you something different from what I normally do. This story is from a fellow narrator and is true on all accounts. I will link their channel in the description. And now, for the story. This story happened 20-some years ago, and is absolutely true, and is the most frightening thing to ever happen to me. Enough of the long drawn-out opening. I hate that shit, so on with the show. This happened around the early 90s. Not to give my age away, but I was 14 to 15 years of age. I was the youngest out of our bunch, which ages range from 14 to 23. And our turf was a pig farm in upstate New York, where we were all a little stupid with our choices we would make, but hey, teenage life, right? Anyway, our spot was the barn at night, with the Ouija board, and it was one of those Parker Brothers versions. We had contacted many spirits or demons, whatever you can call them. Yes, some weird shit happened. Doors would close, faces would appear in the plastic covering in the windows, and the planchette would fly off the board with such force it actually cut many of our fingers. Now, as for the group, there was myself, my cousin who owns the farm, Melvin, and Nick, John, Tom, Bob, and Larry. My cousin Melvin, because I was the youngest, was fiercely protective of me, and a bully in the same sense. Remember that for later. As time progressed, we all became obsessed with the board, and afraid. We went to a church and got holy water for safety measures. Everything was going crazy weeks into this. We started fighting with each other, and pig litters started dying for no reason. One night, I believe my cousin John decided to smear blood on the board from a dead piglet, and the planchette went crazy, spelling out Zo, 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 Zo. This was before the internet, so we thought it was spelling out Oz. Now I know better, with the whole Zuzu epidemic, what and who this was anyway. It started telling us we were going to die, and bad things were going to happen to us. We were also warned about the Blue Man. It was some sort of entity that ran through the fields and was short, roughly 5 feet. It glowed an almost see-through blue. He appeared everywhere outside of the barn, but for some reason never touching us, just creeping the shit out of us. We all started having dreams of hellhounds and other freaky shit. The last and final night we played with this board was terrifying. We were playing, and we of course put the blood on the board, but this time it was our own blood. The planchette moved instantly when our blood dripped on the board. Everything that happened prior happened that evening, but magnified. The night rolled to an end, and we said goodbye. And it went to Jeff Dies Tonight. We stopped, said goodbye, and ended the session, freaked out. We started picking up so my uncle wouldn't kill us in the morning. We started to feed the pigs and hay to the cows. We ran out of the hay, so there was a hole in the ceiling to the hay stored on the second floor. My cousin Melvin lifted me up through the hole, and I started dropping bales down. There was 4 of us that night, my cousins Melvin and John, and our friend Nick, who were all on the ground. All of a sudden, a noise was behind me, and as I turned, a shadow of a man was running at me. I jumped through the hole and landed on my cousin Melvin as a hand grabbed at me from the hole. We saw it, and nearly shit ourselves. We all ran from the barn to the house and locked the house doors. nothing else happened that night. The next day, my father and uncle went up to the hayloft and looked around. They found blankets and other stuff hidden in the corner along with clothes and a corn sickle. Someone was fucking living up there. What the fuck? We poured gas on the Ouija board and planchette and burned it and doused the ashes with the holy water. After all of that, no one was found in the hayloft, and we never touched a Ouija board together again. The bad luck followed us, though. My cousin Melvin was killed in a freak farm accident. My cousin John died of cancer at the age of 30. And I was recently diagnosed with a terminal illness. You don't have to believe my story, but I know the truth. And I try to warn everyone. Be careful. Or just don't play with the Ouija.